I think it's important to remember that Scrooge is mentally deficient. I mean, sufficient. Because just think about it, if you know that you've done wrong your entire life and then you've done it again, I mean that you do it, turn over a new leaf, I say. Then to not be crippled by the sheer knowledge that it could have been different. Okay? Excuse me, but no, he just buys a turkey. He just buys a turkey and goes to Bob Schmutchett's house. Okay? And has their Christmas time. Now, if he would have given them all the money to begin with, they wouldn't rely on his charity. But that's not the point of the story. The point of the story is, okay, it's never too late. Now, the key is, okay, to not be crippled by the realization that things could have been different. So now, a Christmas Carol story time. It is very important that you remember that Marley was dead to begin with, dead as a doorknob. Thus he appeared so, as a doorknob to Ebenezer Sponge. Okay, one fateful night on a Christmas time. And they said, you will be visited by 3 ghosts, Sponge. You'll be visited by 3 ghosts. You mean 4 ghosts, said Sponge. And he said, no, 3, the past, present, and future. And Sponge says, what about you? That's so typical, Marley, that you just exclude yourself. You either think you're above the shenanigans, or you are so, look, what's the word when you think you're smaller than you are? Okay, so that's what I mean, Marley, okay? You gotta take credit for what you believe in. I mean, for what you're doing. And Marley said, you're right, Spooge. Maybe it's not too late for you after all. Oh, these chains I forged in life, and these chains I now have decided I will carry with me in death. Okay? Now you're gonna have to get some chains too, link by link and yard by yard. Sausage, sausage, nice and lard, okay? Okay. And Scrooge said, I don't believe you. I've decided to go to bed. And bed he did. Okay. And the clock struck midnight. Bong, 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 bong. The bong was 12 or 13 or so. And Scrooge thought, no, it's not true. Okay. There's nobody here. It was all a dream. A piece of beef that I ate, okay? And then the small baby said, Scrooge, I am here. And it spoke in a baby voice, for it was the past. And the past is a baby, okay? Let's not remember that. I mean, let's not forget that the past is a baby. So the past was a baby and said, come with me, Spooge. Okay, we shall travel across the veils of time, okay? You won't be able to touch or see anything. It's a lot like the peelers, in that you can look but don't touch. Oh, too bad I did that. Okay, anyway, let's go. And off they did. Okay, across the city and over the sky, to the past of Scrooge's eye. And then they went to his school, where he was all alone, and Scrooge said, look, there he is all alone, me. I'm me, and he is me, and I am him. And the ghost said, doesn't it look lonely like little Christmas time? And Scrooge said, nonsense, man. I liked working by myself very hard on a man of business. Okay? I wanted to be a hard man of business, and a hard man of business I was. Even as I got older, it got, increasingly difficult to stay hard. But I was still a man of business. But now, okay, let's talk about you as a teenager. I guess you're a teenager. You don't feel lonely? Scrooge said, no. Oh, said the ghost. Not even a little bit? No, said Scrooge. I didn't want to go home. My dad was a jerk. But didn't you miss your dad? I miss what my dad could have been. But I didn't miss my dad as he was. It was an emotionally abusive relationship. And the ghost said, oh. Well, how about this? How about the time your sister came and said, you can come home, Spooge? And you did. What about that time you came home and had a nice time? And Spooge said, well, it's only because my sister was there. She tends to even out the cracks, fill in the cracks, even out the spaces, you know? My lovely sister. Fanny? Faye? Fanny Mae? Freddie Mac? Bernie Mac? Fanny Sue? Peggy Sue? Peggy Sue got married. Okay. The sister. And the ghost said, okay, you don't feel bad about this past at all? And he's like, look, maybe I was a little bit lonely, but I managed to be fine. Okay, well, I'm getting old, said the baby. I'm getting older and older. Now I'm reaching teenager. Fuck you, Scrooge. My black and white sense of morals has seen me on a compass point to which I shall act, and I know that you've been a bad guy, and you will get what's coming to you, old man. And then with that, the baby disappeared. And then Spooge found himself in his bed again. What? But there was a knocking on the door, and a ho, 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 and out comes Santa Claus. I am the ghost of Christmas present. And I have 6,000 brothers, and you shall come with me to see all the people that you have wronged this year as they are now, right now in this moment. Like, not sleeping, technically not in this exact moment, because everyone would be sleeping. It's 1 a.m, man. Okay? Wait. He was visited by 4 spirits, but they were supposed to come one after the other in sequential days. But then at the end, they never do. They do it all in one night. But that doesn't ruin the story. You know what the story is. Okay. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. But not for you, Spooge, because we gotta go see Bob Splatchet's house. And they across town they went. And the big ghost of Christmas present said, here, let's go and look in the window. Ah, there they are. They don't know that we're looking. We could do anything we want, and they would never even know. And Spooge is like, what's wrong with you, man? Okay, so let's take a look. Well, okay, who's that small boy who can't walk? Well, that is Tiny Tim, you see. They spend all their money on a brace and a bunch of cures that don't work, like snake oil and a bunch of other stuff. Okay, says Spooge, but that's not my fault that they're falling prey to shenanigans and charlatans. And the ghost of Christmas present said, okay, keep watching, man, okay? This isn't peanut gallery time. This is learning time. And Spooge says, I am learning. I'm learning how to travel the veils. I should go back in time and make even more money. And the ghost of Christmas present said, what? No, that's not what this whole thing is for you're a better person. So you're going to be a better person. And Spooge said, yeah, we'll see. Look at Bob Splatchet and his lovely wife. Marigold. His lovely wife, Marigold. Okay? Oh, I forgot the party. Wait, said the ghost of Christmas present. The baby forgot the party. And the ghost of Christmas present took him back to his room, and the baby showed up again and said, what? And the ghost of Christmas present said, you forgot the party where he dances at Fezziwigs. And the ghost of Christmas past says, oh yeah, let's go. And so they went, woo! And he was at Fezziwigs. And Fezzy was like, quit working so hard, little man. It's Christmas time. I've got plenty of free food and drink, and there's a vodka prawn station in the corner. Flambe! And Spooge said, just wait, just let me get these numbers right, Fezziwig. Just let me get these numbers right. And if these numbers are right, okay, and the tulip market is what I think it is, these tulips are going to, explode in value. We got to get in now at the bottom of the pyramid. I mean, at the top of the pyramid before everyone else decides to start investing in tulips. And Fezziwig said, tulips, man! Come on! It's Christmas time. And uh, there was a lovely lady named Belle, and Spooge asked her to dance because Fezziwig kept elbowing him in the ribs. And they danced and had a nice time, and Scrooge had feelings inside him. Okay? Down deep inside him, Scrooge had some feelings that he had never felt before. Some special feelings, okay? And so let's go and see what happened. Because now the baby says, no, okay, I'm having a smoke because I'm a teenager. I'm a rebellious teenager. And Spooge said, don't do that. It's not good for you. And the teenager said, okay, can we just go see now how you mess up this relationship? And Spooge said, you know what? She knew who I was going in, man. She knew who I was going in. And the teenager said, that's no excuse to treat someone poorly. And Spooge said, yeah, you're right. I do miss her. But I can't tell if it's only as an object, as in she's a character in my movie, or if I miss her, the person that she was, to know her hopes and dreams and feelings, okay? Not just what she could do for me and my penis, but like what she could do for herself and how I could help her do that. Just fully support her, you know? I never thought of that at the time. I don't want to say she deserved better than me because that's patronizing. She decides what she deserves, not me. And the teenager said, that's a really good point, Spooge. That's a really good point. Do you want to go see how she has 8 babies with this other dude? Scrooge is like, yeah, sure. And they did. They watched as the 8 babies came out of her. 1, 2, Octomom, 3, 4, Octomom, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 8 small children. Octuplets they were, which at that time was very rare. Scrooge says, I need 8 turkey eggs because I'm sending that family 8 turkeys. By the time I get back to my bed, maybe they'll hatch and be adult turkeys. I don't know. And the teen thought, just hang on a second. You're skipping to the end. Let's go back to your room. Ooh! Okay, the ghost of Christmas present. Okay, now did you see Fezziwigs? Yes, I did. So now let's go back to Bob Cratchit's house. There they are. They're poor and they have like 1 bean, okay? And Cratchit sold the bean for a cow, okay? No, wait. He sold the cow for beans, and so they got 1 bean and they planted it and there's a beanstalk. Okay, so now let's go woo to your cousin Fred's. No, your nephew Fred's party. Okay, they're playing celebrities. Okay, who talk show host used to started in Chicago, had a successful talk show around the time of Phil Donahue. Oprah Winfrey, I know that one. Okay, she used to start fires with her mind. Drew Barrymore. Okay, she farted and burped at the same time. Was that Wendy Williams? Okay, Dula Peep, Dula Peepa, Dula Peep. Okay, she's got a new show coming, and I'm glad for it. Okay? A breath of fresh air, I have to say. So, do you guess who it is? It's someone who makes my Christmas despicable and despite my every protestation, refuses to keep the season. And they said, I don't know, Fred, is it your Uncle Scrooge? And Fred said, yeah. Well, you guys guessed right away. So now Celebrities is over. What are we going to do? Well, we also guessed Oprah and Drew Barrymore. Wouldn't it be funny if Scrooge had a talk show? And Scrooge thought, maybe I should have a talk show. You know, we could talk about economic things or feelings. And then Scrooge thought, what feelings? Talk about feelings? They looked on as they had a nice party and a laugh at Scrooge's expense. And Scrooge thought, I have that coming, but it still stings, man. It still stings. And woo, to the future. No, don't show me this one. I know what you're going to show me. Okay, I'm going to be a shriveled up old bean or something like that, okay? Okay? Shriveled up old bean. And they said, too late, said the ghost of Christmas present. He got really old, okay? And he sucked into the ether. Then there was a hooded figure, okay? The hooded fang. With a bony finger. Work your fingers to the bone, and what do you get? Bone. bony fingers, bony fingers. Hoyt Axton was my mom's favorite singer. And lo and behold, he gets a role in Gremlins as the dad, okay? In Christmas 1985. Hoyt Axton was all over the place, but what happened to him? We'll never know, said Scrooge. We'll never know. And the ghost took him, okay, and said, hey, look at this. Except without words. And they saw like a bedchamber lady. Said, look, these sheets still have the skid marks on them of an old man. And they said, didn't he ever wash his butt? And it gets kind of gross. But anyway, the point is, she had to rip them off the bed right away before she could even wash them. They're still warm, okay, with his body heat before he died. Okay, because he died and then right away they came and got him because that property was worth something. You know what I mean? Who got his house? Would his nephew have got his house? Okay, well, I'm assuming he owned the property. He probably owned the whole block, like the guy in my town. Okay, who owned the video store, the drugstore, the other video store, the pizza place. Okay? And then they win the lottery. Of course they do, because they don't see money as an object to having no money as an object to stress over, or what's the thing where you obsess over it. If you obsess over a negative, you'll get the negative, okay? And they don't. They obsess over the positive because they already got it. Scrooge thought, I should wash my butt more often. Then they were at a grave, and it was his, and no one was there, and it was raining. And Scrooge thought, yeah, that's about right. He woke up in his bed, flew open the sash, and said, I need 8 turkeys. Stat. He sent those 8 turkeys to Bella and her partner. The partner's like, I don't want 8 turkeys from an ex. And Bella was like, don't be an idiot. Take these 8 turkeys, we're going to soak them in brine and pickle them, and they're going to last us for 3 years worth of meat. For 3 years worth of meat, you could swallow your pride, you ass. Meanwhile, he took another kid and said, here, have a coin. Go buy this turkey as big as you. And they're feeding them something. But we've been through that. And he took that turkey, okay? Actually, the boy took the turkey to Cratchit's house. Scrooge never took the turkey to Cratchit's house. So then the boy's just at the house? Well, they invite the boy too, okay? And, Tiny Tim's still alive. I thought for a second that I forgot that Tiny Tim dies. We got to go into the future again and say that Tiny Tim, there's a crutch by the corner. And the Ghost of Christmas Future says, okay, come on, except without words. And they go and they look, and there's a crutch in the corner. Should the things not change, okay, there will be... Wait. No, that must be the Ghost of Christmas Present, because the Ghost of Christmas Future doesn't talk. The Ghost of Christmas Present correctly predicted the future of Tiny Tim dying early? No, that doesn't make any sense, because that's not the present. Unless it happened this Christmas, which would make Christmas really tough for that family. Well, you can't bring around another kid. Doesn't matter how many turkeys he's got. You can't replace someone's lost child with some street urchin. Okay, I shouldn't say that. But with an unclaimed child, an orphan, you can't replace Tiny Tim with some turkey kid. A lot of nerve you have, Scrooge. Scrooge thought, you're right. Please accept this food anyway. Scrooge took the boy back to his place, gave him warm clothes and a pickaxe, and says, let's go. We've got a beanstalk to climb and a giant nut. That's how Scrooge gets all his money, is from that golden goose. So let this be a lesson to you on this holiday eve. Okay, Be a good boy. Okay, Spooge? And all you Spoogers out there, know, okay, that the ghosts are watching. Except when you go to the bathroom, they don't watch then. Why? Why would they? It's not something they need to see. Okay. And Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good fright. Because it's basically Halloween in a month. Whoa!